Hi, Brayden.
Hey.
I really enjoyed meeting you last week. Today, we're going to check in and see how things are going and work on developing some goals and solutions. So, why don't you start off by telling me how things have gone since we talked last week?
Okay. Yeah. So they've been going for the most part pretty good. I know last week we talked about how I was having problems with getting things done on time and just the lack of motivation to do things. And that's gotten better a little bit. I know we talked about making a planner, and I've attempted to do so. It's a little messy, and some things I've missed some things, but I'd say for the most part it's gotten a little better. So that's good. And then last week we talked about how I was struggling with just like the move there and adapting to just the new circumstances and meeting people. And that's gotten a little better. I know I reached out to my roommate, and he's invited me to some things, which is good. I've been having fun. But I've still been struggling just to not know what to say to people and feeling awkward. And then just like I've still been missing my parents a little bit. It has gotten better like the longer I've been at college, but that's still there a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear that some things have gotten better and some things that we talked about last week have helped you, but it definitely sounds like there's still some things that you would like to work on and are struggling with a little bit. So, would you like to dive into those and tell me some more about those things specifically?
Yeah. So yeah, just I guess help organizing my planner. I've written down a lot of the things that is due, but yeah, there's just some things that I've missed. And then like with my roommate and like meeting new people, I still feel awkward talking to people and not knowing exactly what to say. And then just still trying to adjust to being at college and not with my family and being far from home. Like those things are still there. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you're still feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all the new situations and organizing everything, being able to organize and plan for all of your homework, meeting new friends. It sounds like you have gotten to form a relationship with your roommate, but you're still feeling kind of nervous about that.
Yeah.
And you're still missing your parents and feeling kind of sad that you're not with them right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's basically it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, what are some things that you are feeling or that you wish were different right now in your situation?
I guess that I just wouldn't be awkward around people. Like I like meeting new people and I want to make friends. Um, but I guess just being awkward and not knowing what to say and um, like feeling like I don't fit in, I guess. Um, yeah, and then I guess just like with the other things, like with homework and stuff, just feeling more organized. Um, and feeling like, because I feel like I constantly am like just keeping my eyes above the water. Like there's always something that has to be done, or I feel like I'm forgetting something, or um, yeah, just feeling like my eyes are barely above the water. And then like I love my parents. I just wish I didn't miss them. You know what I mean? Because I know that they don't want me to miss them, and they want me to enjoy my time here at college, and I want to as well.
Yeah, so it sounds like you have some conflicting feelings about the different things that are going on in your life. On one hand, that you miss your parents and you enjoy being at home with them, but you want to be at college and enjoy yourself and really live that experience to the fullest. So that kind of feels like a tug in both directions. And the same things with meeting new friends. You really want to meet new friends, but you feel awkward around them, and that's a very comfortable feeling for you. And then with your homework, you want to feel organized and feel like you're on top of things, but you feel like that there's just so much to do that like you're just barely able to do that.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
So, moving forward, what are some things that you want to do differently with those things?
So I guess like trying to just figure out how to organize stuff. So like with my planner and just I guess get things like straight, if that makes sense. Um, and just not feel like I'm barely skating by. And then just with my friends, like, or with meeting new people, just not being awkward and then knowing what to say, and just being able to meet new people and kind of just hit it off. And then just not necessarily missing my parents all the time, and just enjoying college and enjoying the experience. And
So let's start with your parents. Is there certain times that you feel like you miss them the most? The things that something that you're doing and you notice, wow, I miss my parents a lot when I do this, or
yeah, I guess it's just when I'm like not doing anything. Like when I'm out with like my roommate and some of the guys, like I'm fine, like I'm enjoying myself, I'm having fun. But like when I get back to the room and it's just me, and I'm just bored and I just miss them, I guess.
That makes sense. So when you're more distracted, you're able to keep your mind off things, but when when things slow down and you're just not doing much, that you kind of remember again that you have those feelings of sadness and missing home.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then with meeting new people, meeting new friends, how do you feel like that's going?
Yeah, like like I'm definitely meeting people and making new friends and stuff, but just feeling awkward and not knowing what to say, and the awkwardness.
Yeah, so you don't like that like uncomfortable feeling, and you feel nervous when you're meeting the new people.
Yeah.
You're not sure what to say. Has there been times in the past where you met new people, and how did that go compared to like right now with you meeting new friends?
Yeah, I mean, I've met new people before. I moved schools when I was younger, and had to make new friends, and it went well. Like there were still awkward times when I didn't know what to say to them, but like I'm still friends with them, and that went well. So like I know that I can make friends, and I know that the awkwardness will go away. It's just I wish it would go away quicker.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So you know that you're capable of making new friends, but that initial meeting them is just a really nervous feeling, and that you wish you could get past, and it's hard for you to get past.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So something that you would like to work on is maybe developing skills, so that you know what to say in those situations. Do you find it that you're not sure what to say, or you just have those feelings no matter what you say?
I mean, I guess I just have those feelings no matter what I say. But I think it would be helpful to work on those things.
Gotcha. That's definitely something that we can work on. And then, how are you feeling with balancing your schoolwork?
Like I said, it's been. I feel very unorganized. I feel overwhelmed, and just like I'm barely skating by.
Can you tell me more about the barely skating by?
Just like I'm like I feel like I have a grasp on some things. Like I know, like I have a paper due next week, and there's a test this week. Like I know those things, but it's those small assignments, like the discussion questions and reading reports, like that I don't have a grasp on so much, and they kind of sneak up on me. But yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. So you feel like you have a handle on some of those bigger things that maybe are really stressed in class. Like you have a big paper coming up, you have this big thing, but it's still hard for you to manage all those little things that pop up, and it's hard for you to remember them, and it kind of feels overwhelming to try to remember all of those things.
Yeah. Yep.
That makes sense. I know that a lot comes along with school, and it's definitely easy to feel stressed and overwhelmed. Is that how you're feeling?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So, it sounds like you have a couple things that you feel strongly that you want to work on. Maybe we can talk about like the direction that we want to go, and how we can make some goals to work on those.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like out of those three things, organizing your schoolwork, meeting new friends, and missing home, do you feel like is the most pressing issue for you?
Probably the friends, just the awkwardness around the friends and not knowing what to say.
Okay. So it's really important to you to make friends, and it's been really hard for you to get past that. So what I'm hearing about that is that you know that you are capable of making friends, and you've made new friends in the past, you've moved before, but that still there's that nervous feeling and that awkward feeling that you get when you talk to people for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like that you get over those feelings like after the first time you meet them, or do they last a while and you're like hanging out with them for a couple times? How does that go for you?
I feel like it lasts a little bit. I'll stop feeling awkward once I like know the person really well. So yeah, it lasts for a couple times of us just hanging out. But yeah, it does eventually go away.
Okay. So in those times that you're feeling, scared or nervous talking to new people, what do you do?
So I kind of just I'll either just like not say anything, or like I don't know, try to just like make a joke that like I don't know, puts people at ease.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work. Yeah.
Okay. So you have some different ways that you handle the nervous feelings. Sometimes you don't say anything. Sometimes you make a joke. What do you wish that you would do if you had all the bravery in the world? Like, what do you wish you did in those situations?
I don't know. I just wish I knew exactly how to handle the situation. Like whether it's to make a joke or to be quiet or to change the subject or something. Like I don't know. I just wish I knew exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you find it important to know exactly what to say in the moment, and you feel like there's a right or a wrong thing to say.
I guess so. I don't know. I just because like there's some times where like I'll think making a joke is the right thing to do, and then it'll just make it more awkward. So I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. So what you're hoping for is to know what to say so that you're not regretting and feeling, weird about what you end up saying afterwards.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like how other people are in those situations? Do you feel like you act differently than other people do in those situations, or
I mean, I guess it just depends. Like, I know there's some people, like some of my friends, who it seems like they know exactly what to do in every situation. And I have other friends who are just, almost as awkward as I am. Um,
yeah. So what I'm hearing a lot of is that you really want to have that right thing to say, and you feel like sometimes you end up saying something that you kind of regret afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you don't feel like when you when you're interacting with other people, you feel like a lot of times they don't always have the right thing to say either.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there are times when, like, other people are awkward too, I guess.
Okay. So, when you do feel like you say the wrong thing, what does that make you feel like afterwards? Like, how do you know you said the wrong thing, or how do you know you said the right thing?
I guess I can feel it. Like, I can feel if the people around me are awkward, and I just get embarrassed.
So you feel embarrassed when you don't say the right thing.
Yeah.
And you're hoping to avoid that situation.
Yes.
Okay. So we talked about wanting to change that awkward meeting that you feel is awkward when you're meeting new friends. And you feel like that's really important to you. What else did you feel like you wanted to work on out of those three issues that were really pressing to you?
I guess just like missing the parents.
Missing your parents. And what I heard you say earlier is that a lot of times you miss your parents when you're not doing much. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do when you're missing your parents?
I don't know. It kind of just depends. Sometimes I'll just listen to music. Sometimes like I'll try to distract myself with other things, like video games or a TV show or something. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like that because you don't like the feeling of missing your parents, that makes you feel sad. You try to do something to take away those feelings.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other ideas of what you could do when you're missing your parents?
I don't know. Besides like calling them, I guess I don't know.
And how do you feel about calling your parents?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Like, I guess it would be good to hear their voices, but it's not the same as seeing them. And like I know that they're really busy.
Okay, so you think that maybe calling your parents would help, but you also, I'm hearing some apprehension about that. So that kind of conflicts with each other. Like you want to call them, but you're not sure if it's going to help, and you're not sure if they have time.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's definitely something we can think about. Maybe we could talk about the pros and cons to how calling your parents, if that'd be helpful or not. I know one thing you said was it's not the same as seeing them. Would you think about video calling them?
Yeah, I could do that. I never thought about that before.
How do you think that would help when you're missing your parents?
Yeah, I think it would help a little bit. Yeah, I'd be able to see them, talk to them.
Yeah. And then lastly, I know you talked about feeling overwhelmed and unorganized with your schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to see there change?
I guess just becoming more organized and knowing when stuff is coming.
Okay. So right now, I heard earlier you said that, you feel like you're just skating by and you feel overwhelmed by all of the little assignments that come up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about those little assignments makes it difficult for you to manage?
I guess it's just forgetting about them, because like you said, I remember the big stuff. Just remembering all those little things that are there like throughout the semester.
Okay, that makes sense. I know balancing a lot and remembering a lot is definitely challenging. So something that you want to do is work on how to remember everything and how to organize everything. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So from what we talked about today, it sounds like the whole college experience, it has definitely, it seems like, been going better since last week. And you've seen some improvements, but there's some things that are still causing you trouble and making you feel kind of anxious and sad and overwhelmed. You feel, stressed about all the little assignments that you have to do with your in school and finding it hard to remember all you have to do. You feel sad that you miss your parents and kind of conflicted on how to best, balance that, missing them, also wanting to enjoy college and knowing how to make yourself feel better when you miss them. And then also you feel awkward meeting new friends, meeting new people, and you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to be embarrassed afterwards, and you want to know the right thing to say.
Yeah.
Awesome. So maybe we can talk about some ways we can apply some strategies so that you can take home and work on this week, and then when we come back next week, we can talk about how they went.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so since we first started with me talking about meeting new friends, let's talk about how this week you can go home and how we can make you feel better with meeting new people.
Okie dokie.
So how do you think, or what do you think you can do?
I don't know, like definitely, I guess just meet more people to get rid of the awkward feelings. I don't know, because I still think I'll like struggle with knowing the right thing to say and not being awkward in those situations. I don't know.
Okay, so you think one thing that you can do to overcome this fear is just by meeting more and more people, and maybe the more that you meet new people, the less fearful and nervous you'll be when you meet people.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's definitely a plan you could try to do.
Yeah.
Awesome. So do you feel like that's something that you could do this week?
Yeah, I definitely think I could do that.
Sounds good. All right, so with missing your parents, what is something that you think you could do this week?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try that video calling thing, because I think that will help a lot. Just with being able to see them and talk to them, I think will help. Okay,
that sounds great. So you think that maybe video calling your parents when you are missing them could help you feel less sad, and maybe seeing them still getting to see their faces will make you feel a little bit more connected to them.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So you think that that's something that you could work on this week?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then with managing all those little assignments that come up and dealing with remembering those and stressing out those, what do you think you could do this week?
I don't know. I know that there's a lot of little stuff like throughout my classes. I guess just becoming more organized with my planner, and just figuring out how to write those down. I guess just taking the time to do that. Yeah, I think that would be the best way, just to be able to remember them, just to write them down.
Okay, so it sounds like all those little assignments still scares you that you think that you're not going to remember them.
Yeah.
But you think that something that you could do to help you remember them is writing them all down in your planner, and hopefully that can help you remember.
Yeah.
So do you think that's something that you could do this week, is writing all those assignments down?
Yeah, I can try that.
Awesome. So it sounds like we have some attainable goals that we can work on this week during the week, and then next week we can come back and talk about how it goes and go from there. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds great.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about or you feel like is really pressing before we end today?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that covered everything I wanted to talk about. So yeah, thank you.
Sounds great. Well, thanks for talking with me this week, Braden, and I look forward to hearing about how the week goes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.